So, you want to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know where to begin. Well, you are at the right place, because at the end of this video, you will be ready to start a successful YouTube channel. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video. I have been wanting to film this video for so long, and today is finally the day. I'm going to be sharing everything you need to know to start a YouTube channel, because maybe you want to start. You probably do if you're watching this video, and I say go for it. But before that, I have some things I want to tell you that I think will really help you out. So first are some questions I think you should ask yourself before you post your first video. Number one is, why do you want to start a YouTube channel? Because I truly believe that if your only reason is to make money, then you're probably gonna give up soon. Because the reality is, for most people, you're not making money for years. It's gonna take years before you're making any money. So you truly got to love every part of, creating content. Another thing is, what do you want your channel to be about? You don't need to have it all figured out before starting, but to have an idea of what you want to do. One thing that helps me to not get so stressed out with, having to have a niche is to think of my channel as like a theme. What do I want to get across in every one of my videos, no matter what topic it is? That's what I want you to ask yourself. I think that is a better way to look at it than, niching and, having to have like one topic you can talk about. Another thing you should ask yourself is, what do you want your channel name to be? I think nowadays a lot of people use their name, and that is what I have for quite a while. In the beginning, I did change it for like a short period of time. I was like mid-life with cerebral palsy, but then I realized, I just want, to have my name be my brand. And I think for a lot of people, that is, what works for them. But it's truly up to you. And if you have a specific niche, then it may be cool to, tie your niche into your channel name. Another thing to ask yourself is, how often do you want to post videos? I think it is important in the beginning to have a schedule. I don't know, for me it is so important. I'm the type of person that if I have a schedule, I am going to stick to it. I have rarely ever miss an upload, because I'm always like, it's Friday, gotta have a video ready. I would recommend posting at least once a week. If you're starting a YouTube channel, you probably have goals. Maybe, subscribers you want to achieve within a year, in 6 months. I think it's awesome to have goals for your channel, but I also think to not let it get to you too much, because starting a channel, it is hard, and you are probably not going to see much growth in the first month, in the first 6 months, even the first year, maybe. I'm sure you have heard this before, but YouTube is definitely a marathon. It's not a sprint. The next thing I want to talk about is the equipment you need to start a YouTube channel. This was one of the things that held me back from starting my YouTube channel for 8 years. One was my confidence, but the number 2 reason why I convinced myself that I couldn't start a YouTube channel was because I was like, well, I don't have a camera. I don't have, a computer, I don't have this, I don't have that. I can't start a YouTube channel. And I'm telling you right now, you don't need all these fancy things. Yes, having a ring light, or having lighting, or having a nice camera, or having great editing software. Can that help your YouTube channel? Yes, it can. However, you don't need all these things. What you truly only need to start a YouTube channel is your phone. If you have a phone and internet, that's important. If you have your phone, if you have internet, you truly can start a YouTube channel. You can film on your phone. There are editing apps. I started my channel with just using my phone, and my iPad. I think I edited it on my iPad using iMovie. And then as I continue with my YouTube channel, I did get a camera. I film on a Canon M50, and then I did get Final Cut Pro. But I didn't stock my channel with all those things. I got them over time. I think sometimes what ends up happening is people, you know, buy a nice camera. They buy all this stuff, and then they realize, oh, YouTube is actually not meant for me. That's why I would recommend taking a few months or even like half a year to figure out if YouTube is what you are passionate about. Because if it's not, that is okay, but at least, you know, you can spend hundreds of dollars on a camera. You know what I mean? Another thing I want to talk about is how to get over the fear of creating content. Maybe you're scared that like people in your real life will see your videos, and also like what should be your first video. For me, I don't know, I think it just took time, you know, growing up a little bit to realize I don't care if someone in my real life sees my videos, or like people that I went to school with, like, yay for them if they see it, if they like it. If they don't like it, like, it's okay. As long as I love what I'm doing, the videos I'm doing, and I'm having fun, then I shouldn't care what anyone else thinks. And I think you should remember that too. As long as you are having fun and you are loving what you are doing, then that is truly all that matters. Who cares what anyone else thinks? Remember that. And in terms of what video you should post first, that for me was so hard. I feel like for me that was another reason that like held me back from starting my channel, was the fact that I had no idea what video I should post first, because no one knows me yet. Like, what should I even post? But I think you shouldn't think too much into this. Depending on what your channel will be about, what you hope to make videos of, you should just go for it. So what I did was, it's short up on my channel, you can watch it. I posted like a 50-second video just being like, hi, I'm Megan. It is so awkward, oh my goodness. I can't believe I still have it up, but you could do like an introductory video, but I almost think I would recommend, like, let's say you want to start like a baking channel. You know, start with a baking video. You know, make like brownies or whatever you want to make. I would just like go all in. Go all in the beginning. You could like introduce yourself in the beginning and be like, oh, this is my first video. And I know it definitely takes time to get used to a camera. So if you need to, maybe do like a few practice, you know, videos, recording yourself, getting used to the camera. But also don't think too much, because for any successful YouTuber, if you look at their first video, it's probably not good. I know for me, my first like 50 videos, maybe even 100 videos, were not good. You know, everyone starts somewhere, and that is so important to remember. You're not going to be comfortable on camera your first time recording yourself. It takes time. Okay, I want to share a YouTube hot cake. At least I feel like this is a hot cake, because I have seen so many people, YouTube experts, successful YouTubers, talking about this, and I just think of this a little differently, and I'm going to explain why. I have heard so many people say that if you are starting out creating content, then
you should not vlog. So vlogs are a waste of their time. No one cares about your life. They don't know you.
And I think a little differently. Yes, I understand if you just posted your first video, like, no one knows you. However, at least for me, there was so many times where I would search, like in college for example, I would search like college day in the life of a college student. What I'm trying to get at is, if you start your channel and you want to create vlogs, I would go for it. However, what I would recommend is making it a theme. Instead of just doing a random vlog, like, yes, that's probably not going to do well because you don't have an audience yet. However, if you make it a theme, like if you are a college student and you make it like a college day in the life, then I can guarantee you there are people searching for that content. And that could potentially do very well. My first vlog on my channel was pretty early on in my YouTube journey, and I truly dig it because I love watching vlogs, and I want you to see my day, and I did not care about the fact that like barely anyone knew me. I actually had two themes in the vlog. One was sailing my life, living with Sarah Pazzi, but it was also a fall day in the life. So I knew, that could be a very, good video to do. That is my hot take on that. Also, another thing that I am so passionate about, and that is YouTube analytics. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about the YouTube analytics. However, I will share like a few that I think are important to look at when you're starting your channel, and also like anytime to look at. I think it's very important, and that is click-through rate and average view duration. If you master click-through rate and average view duration, then you will have a successful YouTube channel. Those are two metrics that YouTube takes very seriously. So I would say for click-through rate, to aim for at least 2%. The higher, the better. And then average view duration, this is just something I am working on. I know for a lot of like YouTube experts, they're like, you need like at least 50%. Even 50% is not good. But I would say if you're starting out, if you get like 20-30%, that is a good sign. You are definitely on your way. You're on your way to having a successful YouTube channel. And, part of, having a good average duration and click-through rate is like understanding YouTube SEO, understanding what makes a good thumbnail, what makes a good title, writing what your video is about in your description box. That is something I think a lot of people overlook, but like writing what your video is about in the description box is so important. I can't even emphasize that enough. That's just a little summary, some metrics to pay attention to, but also not stress yourself out too much, especially in the beginning, because I feel like just focus on having fun. I think that is the more important in the beginning than like stressing out about the analytics. Unless you're like me and you love analytics, then you'll be looking at them like so much. Some things that I feel like is important to remember when you're starting your YouTube journey is posting your first video is the hardest part. I promise, that is the hardest part. Once you post your first video, you will be so motivated to post another one and then another one, and then before you know it, you're so used to it. You're like, I don't know anything different. Like, that is what I feel like. Like, I can't imagine like what my life was before I posted videos every Friday. Like, what was my life? What was I doing? Well, I was I was at college. I was busy. Another thing is you don't need to know everything before starting your channel. If that is the case, then you're never going to start, because you can always learn more things. The next thing is there's no such thing as a perfect video. And that is something I try to remind myself every so often, because sometimes I can be very hard on myself and I can just like feel like this video is not good enough, like I need to improve it. But at a certain point, you should just post the video, know that you did your best at that moment, and see how it goes. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to remind you again, and that is YouTube is not a sprint. It is truly a marathon, and you just need to be ready for it. But it's so fun because you know, it truly is about the journey. Like, I know it can be hard to, like, not think about the destination and think about your goals and be like, oh, I want to hit like 1K subscribers, I want to hit like 50K. See those big numbers and be like, I want to get there. But enjoy the journey. Enjoy all the things that are in between, you know, you getting to your goals, because that is truly like so special and it's so unique to you. Like, no one else is gonna have the same YouTube journey as you. So yeah, have fun, enjoy every little thing about it. Okay, for me, I believe this so much, and that is quality over quantity. Spending more time on one video than, you know, trying to post like 5 videos, you know, in a week and not spending as much time. Other people may have different opinions, but I think if you spend more time on making quality videos, then it will benefit you in the long run. This one is a big one, but that is just never stop learning, never stop experimenting, never stop trying to improve your videos. Maybe I can learn a different editing trick for my next video, or, you know, maybe I can, you know, experiment with my thumbnail. Maybe I can like improve it and see if I can get a higher click-through rate. Another thing is being consistent, but for me, it means consistently making good content. Because yes, you could be consistent, but if you are posting videos but they're not good quality, then being consistent won't mean as much because your videos are not good quality. The next one is be true to who you are. When you may think, you know, there's too many creators on YouTube, that's not true, because there's not you. And I think the world needs someone like you. So remember that, and always, you know, be yourself, because people can tell through your videos if you're being, you know, your true self or not, or you're trying to like copy someone. So just be you, because being you is enough. The last thing I want to just say is there's truly no failing on YouTube unless you quit. But even if you quit, it doesn't mean you necessarily fail, because maybe YouTube was just not meant for you, and that is okay. But that is everything I'm gonna share with you today. I think you are now ready to film your first video, to post it, and share all the amazing things you have to offer to the world. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Sharing my life with Sarah Parsley. And I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing time stalking your YouTube channel. Bye.